Welcome to another episode of the Rank 'em Podcast. Glad that you have made us a part of your day, however, wherever you are making us a part of your day, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever it is you download your podcast. Thanks for listening to us. Give us a 5-star review, however you can help us out. We certainly do appreciate it. I'm Garrett Seawright. You can find me on Twitter at Garrett Seawright, 2 R's, 2 T's, and Garrett. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Don Garwood.
Put your arms around me, baby.
I don't know if that's...
Can't you say I need you so?
I'm just going to let Don go. I'll just see how long it takes him to...
Hold me close against your skin. I'm about to begin loving you.
That's longer than I thought you would ever go. So that's my good friend Don Garwood, and joining us again is my younger brother, Zach.
Hi, everybody.
That is, you can find Zach on Twitter at Zach Seawright.
Yep.
Zach is on the Twitter sphere now.
Downloaded it back to his phone.
That's right.
First time since 2015 I have had, at least I have had Twitter on my phone. So I'm here for you to send your hate mail to me. Anything positive, that goes to at Rankum Podcast. Hate mail goes to at Zach Seawright.
Yeah,
there you
that
have
sounds
it.
about right to me.
Zach, you can't touch that.
I bumped it with my knee. I'm really sorry.
You can't touch it. We've got a slightly different setup than we usually do. We usually got Zach in a recliner that we don't care if it breaks or not. But today, he is at the end of...
He's at the big boys table.
He's at the big boys. He is spending his first Thanksgiving at the big kids table with a kitchen chair and all.
Yeah.
So we got quite the setup here. And this week on the Rank 'em Podcast, we are going to rank our top 5 favorite Adam Sandler movie characters. Now, this was a topic that was suggested to us on Facebook by Matt. Matt got him a free Rank 'em Podcast magnet out of the deal.
He did.
If you would like a magnet to display on your car.
Or fridge. Or...
Nope, only cars.
Mailbox.
If you got a metal mailbox.
That might be a federal crime.
No,
I don't think so.
If the
orange mailbox.
If the orange stickers saying my dog is aggressive is not a problem, then the Rank 'em Podcast magnet should not be a problem either. Okay,
which is also sometimes aggressive.
It's very oftentimes aggressive. So we are going to rank our 5 favorite Adam Sandler movie characters. Thank you, Matt, for the idea. If you would like to give us an idea, we certainly appreciate it. We're at Rank 'em Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or you can, in your 5-star review, wink, wink, for those listening, for those watching on YouTube.
We only accept 5-star reviews. if you want to give us 3 or 4 stars, we don't accept those.
Right. If you get 4 stars, we're coming to your house.
Right. And we're going to figure out if I'm going to assume that you accidentally clicked the 4 stars. Right. You meant to hit the 5.
We're reasonable people.
Right.
But we only accept 5-star reviews. So 5-star reviews. And somebody did leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts a few weeks ago. It was really nice. So thank you. We don't feel good about ourselves often. Right. So when we can read your 5-star reviews, it's great.
And it had a name. It was just like user something. So yeah. I don't know who it was. We couldn't give them a shout out on the air.
So Don's mom, thank you. Thank you for that 5-star.
She doesn't have iTunes, so It wasn't her.
Wow.
Every time at the end of the episode when she listens to it, she's like, I don't know how to rate you 5 stars on this app that I use that you downloaded for me. So it's right. Not her.
It's okay. So, Zach, usually we let you go first because you're in the recliner. You're at the big boy table today. We'll still let you go first anyway.
Yay, that's exciting. So, like Garrett said, this week we are ranking our top 5 Adam Sandler movie characters. And so my number 5 pick is a classic. I'm going with Happy Gilmore from the movie Happy Gilmore. Okay. The look I'm getting is one of disdain right out the gate. So
it's confusion.
Yeah,
it's pure confusion.
So
it makes me wonder what you have ahead of that.
Right.
So this one was tough. To get it down to 5 was rather difficult for me.
It was harder than I thought it would be.
It was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be. But Happy Gilmore was one of the first comedy movies I ever remember watching. That it came out in 96.
Happy Gilmore was 90. Yeah, 96 or 97, because Billy
1990
Madison was 5.
96.
Okay. So, I would have been 5 when that movie came out, and I'm not saying I watched it when it came out, but it was definitely a movie I saw at a pretty young age, and it was it was a banger of a comedy.
Obviously, it wasn't that great. You got a number 5. How is everything above that?
Well, he has technically he has Happy Gilmore the character at number 5,
right?
Because we're not ranking the movies; we're ranking the
characters. Correct.
Even though Adam Sandler's character is typically the title of the movie,
Right. But I mean, he is just this.
Mama said alligators are so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush to brush them with.
That's not Happy.
Is that not Happy Gilmore?
No, that's not Happy Gilmore.
Did you just have a
That's a
stroke
Waterboy.
live on this podcast?
I did have a stroke.
I'm pretty sure you just had a stroke on this podcast.
I'm pretty. Yep.
I can't believe that just happened.
I guess
I thought Don was messing with me there.
So I apparently,
because I was kind of
apparently need to pay attention when Zach talks because this entire time I thought he was talking about the water boy. Like I was registering that he was saying Happy Gilmore, but I wasn't paying enough attention to think about the movie.
There's a story I want to tell in the reaction show now about another misunderstanding.
I'll put it down here.
No, we can't tell it. Like it's that bad. You're.
Oh, so it's going to have to be the post-reaction show story.
Right. You remember Bristol, Cole Frank?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we can't tell that story.
Okay, so we're going to tell that story when we get done recording. But yeah, just he's a overly aggressive hockey player turned professional golfer, and we'll
talk about it more.
We're going to talk on it more. So.
All right, Don.
So my number 5 is the water boy. Very specifically, Bobby Boucher.
What do you have that's better than what Zach? I thought Zach couldn't get any worse with his number 5. How you got Bobby Boucher at 5?
I think the only reason that I have Bobby Boucher
because you can't tell the difference between Bobby Boucher and Happy Gilmore.
Those great Adam Sandler sports movies kind of all run together sometimes. I don't know. Bobby Boucher was the first person to take his skate off and try and stab somebody.
No, that's Happy Gilmore. Did you just
do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, oh my gosh. I've never almost slapped you on this podcast. Zach, hundreds of times, but never you.
So
I'm in slapping distance now.
You are. You better watch out.
I think I'm having a heat stroke in this hot ass room.
We just turned the fan off.
So
you better get to stepping. We're gonna be here a while.
Oh God! So the water boy, obviously the quote that I spit out during Zach's
Happy Gilmore
during Zach's Happy Gilmore conversation. It's a really fun movie to watch, and that character obviously makes it. Everything he says in that movie is super quotable, and I can probably several of these movies quote the entire movie all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to stop talking about it. Obviously, he's on your list because I'm gonna stop before I embarrass myself more.
I don't know if you guys have or will have anybody from this movie in your top 5. I hope you do because it's I love it. It's got a really low IMDb rating, but I got Whitey Duvall from 8 Crazy Nights as my number 5.
Okay,
you talk about quotability. Well, that's a technical foul. Or, you understand your rock suit? So, I love me some Whitey Duvall.
So, I put Davey / Whitey down for my number 4.
But Eleanor has the best quote in that entire movie. Holy shit, did the mall just say something?
You're right. But that movie is so funny.
It's a banger.
It's so funny. And I don't know. I swear to God that we're the only 3 people in the planet that have ever seen it. It's got like a 5.2 on IMDb.
Yeah, I saw that when I looked it up.
Really bad.
Davy's not that likable of a character.
No, he's not supposed to be.
But he's also very funny. Like he just.
I think it's what Adam Sandler really truly wanted. Like if he just was like, there's no repercussions if I can just be a jerk.
Right.
Who cares? I'm gonna, like, this is who I would be.
The songs in that movie are all
fantastic.
bangers.
Oh, it's so good. So I don't know if you guys have 8 Crazy Night characters on there.
I had Davey / Whitey down as number 4.
Whitey.
I hadn't decided which one I was going to get to, and so I just kind of slashed them together because they're both the same movie. He does a lot of other characters in that movie as well. So yeah, I also had them at number 4.
So Whitey is my number 5.
That's not only a technical foul, but possibly a homicide.
But I'd like to do it anyway.
Okay, so Don, you're number 4.
I've told you twice
I thought
now.
you said your honorable mention before.
No, number 4.
Okay, gotcha.
Number 4 was Davey / Whitey.
Excuse me. You think Bobby Boucher is Billy Madison, but I'm the idiot
And
for asking
Billy
you for that.
Madison.
And you think it's Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
Shut up.
We're all
Adam Sandler doesn't have a lot of range, okay? Not a lot of range. Well, except for Uncut Gems. Zach.
So number 4 for me is Billy Madison. Again, why?
I don't understand how you're I don't.
You're 3 through 1.
I swear to God, if you have like Click or Spanglish on your list somewhere,
Spanglish is my honorable mention. I really like that movie.
it's not a bad movie, but
Right, but
What
like
are you
his
doing?
character's all right. But anyway, number 4 is Billy Madison. It has absolutely phenomenal quotability.
Apparently
I
not
feel
good
like
enough.
right.
Apparently not good enough. Of the list you've ever made,
This is the biggest
This
upset.
is the worst.
Whatever,
This is worse than you saying Dunkirk is a top 5 war movie.
solid flick. It's a solid flick. But Billy Madison, he's a slacker his whole life. His dad paid off the judges so he could win the
We'll
spelling
talk about
bee.
how great it is. Why do you have it at 4? You tell me.
I think it's fair to say that this is difficult to separate the character from the movies. This is the first character we've done,
Right.
So it's important to say that we're ranking characters, not movies,
All right.
because we keep talking about the movies because it's very hard to not talk about the movies.
So again,
None of his characters in any movie has any redeemable qualities in them.
Oh, I
Well,
disagree.
Yeah, I guess they do.
But like just Billy Madison's just this massive underdog that the whole time you're just trying to root for him. Well, he's an underdog and that was born on 3rd and thought he hit a triple, but it's all right. I suppose we're going to touch on this later.
Yes.
So I'll just
Much
stop
later.
talking.
Exactly. And it's important that we don't talk about our lists
No.
before nobody has any idea, because we would have beat Zach with some socks filled with bars of soap if I knew his 5 and 4
Like, I
were
don't-
Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
Right.
What are you doing over there?
Well, I mean, essentially, Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are the same character, which I know a lot of these are basically the same character. But
You know who's not the same character? And it's... Don said there's no redeeming quality. I think this guy's got a lot of redeeming quality.
and
it's Robbie Hart from The Wedding
Singer. Yep.
He is
He
of
does-
the Adam Sandler characters that you just have absolutely no qualms about rooting for and you want to see succeed. It's Robbie Hart.
Robbie Hart.
And it's all because of Linda.
is he your number 4?
Yes,
Okay.
Robbie Hart is absolutely my number 4. The Wedding Singer, great movie.
Yeah.
And Robbie, you kind of like you see that his entire world go to hell right there in front of all of his friends and family because he's about to get married and Linda leaves him at the altar and he doesn't handle it well, but it's hilarious. I mean, who else gets paid in piano lessons with meatballs? But no Tupperware. She just got to hold the scalding hot meatball. And he's so nice. He's so nice
I'll
to
raise my
everybody.
rates. 3 meatballs a lesson.
He's such a good guy, and he's always he doesn't fall for Julia Gulia right away. I know that's never gets to be her name, but Julia Gulia just sounds fun. But he doesn't fall for her right away. It's kind of a slow process, so it's not your fairy tale. Oh, I love you. It takes a hot second, and
right. I don't know if she falls for him before he falls for her. I think that kind of clicks when they do that fake kiss, that they were prepping for her wedding.
Yeah. Like, well,
and then
how much tongue is too much?
Church tongue.
Church tongue. Exactly. So Robbie Hart has redeeming qualities. A lot of them.
Another movie with really good songs.
Yeah. Oh,
like earlier today we listened to a bunch of Adam Sandler songs. A lot of them very inappropriate.
Like the one Don started the intro with.
Yeah,
that's a love song for the ages.
It's something, all right. But the two big ones are "I Want to Grow Old with You" on the plane. Nobody talks to Billy Idol that way. And then the
Somebody kill me, please. I want to die.
It's like it's a hilarious, but it's also kind of sad.
Right, it starts off. Well, he started like writing the song before his wife left him, and then it's just abruptly.
But it all was bullshit. It was a damn joke. And when I think of you, Linda, I hope you choke. Yeah, it goes back to, so I got Robbie Hart at 4.
No, that's solid. I've got Robbie Hart at 3. So
I also have Robbie Hart at 3.
Yeah, so we're all right there with you.
We're cooking.
All right, Zach is starting to redeem himself a little bit. If you didn't have Robbie Hart,
we were going to have some words
problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
okay, sorry that I spent like 8 minutes talking about Robbie Hart just to pass it on to you guys. Like, so what do you guys got to say about Robbie Hart?
No, I mean, we've pretty much covered Robbie Hart.
Yeah. We've hit it. Zach, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Howard Ratner from Uncut Gems. Because
I don't hate that one as much as your 5 and 4.
Okay. So Howard is a degenerate in every sense of the term. He is moving money all around town to satisfy his need for
talk
gambling.
About someone with no redeemable qualities.
Right.
Exactly.
I was gonna say,
that's who I was thinking of when I was.
Robbie Hart is the exact opposite. Howard Ratner is the exact opposite of Robbie
Howard
Hart.
is just an absolute garbage person that, spoiler alert, because this is a rather new movie.
Yeah.
KG gives him the ring as collateral, and immediately he takes it downtown to a pawn shop.
Right. To gamble on something.
To gamble
Not
on something.
Not to, like, cancel out a debt or anything like that. He took that money and gambled it away.
Right. Just that movie is fast-paced. It's kind of a longer movie, and it doesn't feel that long just because the whole time you're on the edge of your seat.
See, Don and I have talked about this a couple of different times, that it's
a really good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's not a fun watch.
It's not fun to watch.
It is not fun to watch. Like, the whole time, like, I'm sitting there on the edge of my couch just, like, about to have a panic attack because, like, I'm like, oh, God, like, I don't know how this is going to go.
I'm watching, like, the 2010, 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals between the 76ers and the Celtics, and I'm like, honestly, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I looked it up to see what KG's stats were in the game as that scene was going on. I was sitting in my hotel room, and I'm like, okay, so he gets this many points, this many rebounds.
Got to get that rebound.
Right.
Get that rebound.
Like, like you guys have said, it is not a fun watch, but it is an intense watch.
If we were ranking Adam Sandler movies, I think, to me, Uncut Gems is number 1. Like,
it's by far his best acting performance.
Oh, he's great. Like, he got snubbed for an Oscar nomination.
Absolutely.
Did you listen to his acceptance speech at the Spirit Awards?
I did not.
It was really good.
I believe, didn't he kind of talk about getting snubbed from the Oscars?
Yeah.
But I think he did. I've said before, I've got Regal Unlimited, so I go to the movies before the world went to hell all the time. And that
Did you get a refund when the world went to hell?
They extended it to, like, so I bought like a year, and they gave, like, so I got a year in August or whatever. Well, now I've got it through like December of 2020 or whatever. So they just tacked it on to the end.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, I was gonna say, like, the character is just trash, but
yeah, he's cheating on his wife.
Right,
he's a horrible gambler.
Right.
He's selling.
She's the only decent character in the movie that's not a complete piece of crap.
Yeah. Right.
Is his wife. And she's honestly about the most unlikable character, too. Because every scene she's in, she's a Debbie Downer in it.
That's fair.
Understandably, because her husband is a complete piece of crap.
Right. But it's just that Adam Sandler, it's not what you typically think Adam Sandler's going to be at all. And so it makes the character that much better that it can be high on my list.
So that's Zach's number 2. John?
It's only 364 days till next year's hockey tryouts. Got to toughen up. I have Happy Gilmore at number 2.
So that's Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy, right?
Correct. So yeah, I've got Happy Gilmore at number 2.
Before you go any farther, I've skipped myself for number 3. I have Happy Gilmore at 3.
Okay.
So we're pretty close there.
We'll cover this at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, so he obviously is a hockey player, switches sports, and he's got like this amazing drive. And him going through the mini golf course and starts beating the crap out of the clown with his hockey stick putter.
Yeah.
And
the Chubbs lets him putt with.
Right.
It's all the hips.
And he doesn't really have, other than his anger issues, doesn't really have anything negative about him.
Yeah, like he deeply cares for his grandma.
Right.
Like he deeply cares for his grandma and
She
kind of
loses the house.
overcompensates.
She never paid taxes on her house for like 30 years. And
so he overcompensates a little bit by being a bit aggressive. Like he's got an edge to him.
One of my favorite quotes from any movie is in this movie, and it's Ben Stiller's character. My fingers hurt. Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
Anybody else's fingers hurt?
No,
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I mean he switches sports and becomes like the best golf ball whacker guy.
Well, in what other movie does a character get in a fist fight with Bob Barker and you still are rooting for that guy at the end of the movie?
Also in a fist fight with a crocodile.
He does.
Or an alligator. Which one's
Alligator.
freshwater?
Alligator.
Freshwater's alligators.
And he ends up hitting it with, like, giving a people's elbow at the end there to finish it off.
And then he kills Chubbs.
Yeah. I mean, accidentally.
He kills Chubbs.
He's directly responsible. If there was going to be civil lawsuits, he's responsible for Chubbs' death.
I got the gator that got your hand. Jesus Christ.
And then Shooter McGavin is like, I'm dedicating this weekend to Chubbs. I'm dedicating this weekend to Chubbs.
Right, like Shooter McGavin is like the main antagonist. But honestly, I think he's just a little overboard, but like a normal person. Like he would be like a normal golf pro. You play a prank on the rookie.
Right.
Right.
If the movie was from his side, it would be like a drama where he's like, he's the best in the world. Right. And then there's up and coming nobody with
that gold jacket.
Yeah.
Green jacket, gold jacket. Who gives a damn?
My right arm's just a little bit longer than the left.
You talked about favorite quotes from that movie. I love the scene where I don't even remember what the lady from the tour's name is.
Right.
But he takes her into the hockey rink. And it's like, we're just friends. And the lights go down and they play Endless Love by Lionel Richie. And he goes, what? Friends listen to Endless Love in the dark? It's so stupid.
Well, is that the one where he like has her like shoot a full court hockey shot? And it goes
she makes it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about your all-time backfires.
I love when he's talking to her and she's like, what's this I hear about you breaking a rake and throwing it in the woods? So I was testing the structural integrity of the handle, and it broke, and I thought, well, the handle's made of wood, so I'd throw it in the forest with its family. Like, the mental gymnastics involved with that on the fly is fantastic.
Go home, ball. Are you too good for your home?
Good for your home? Yes. The ball was too good for its home. So that's my number 3, Don's number 2. My number 2... I got Bobby Boucher, that's the water boy. Last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back.
Can't hold anything back now.
But
we get it.
But the entire, like, I don't, I really enjoy Adam Sandler movies from 95 through about 99. And then that's pretty much it until Uncut Gems. And
Grown Ups was okay.
no, but of like every character pretty much had the same makeup or whatever, and he kind of busted the mold a little bit with Bobby Boucher, that he went back with his whole entire backstory, and it actually has a plot, and it makes sense. But it's Adam Sandler. He's known for these stupid, crazy voices or whatever. But the one that I love the most is Bobby Boucher. Like, I love when he stops playing football and they're playing their big rival in the Bourbon Bowl, and he shows, "You guys remember halftime when Bobby Boucher showed up in the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl? Do you? Like, I love that speech. Like, just that sentence, right? You remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl? Do you? Because the team gets he's so stupid that he does it like it's just great. It's so fun. And the water sucks. It really, really sucks. He can't take anybody talking bad about his mama. Bobby Boucher loves his mama. Don't we all? But he starts humble beginnings as the water boy, and then grows up to be the best middle linebacker in the country. And who'd have thunk it? Not Bobby Boucher, not the Fonz.
No, not Henry Winkler.
Vicky Valancourt. I saw the boobies, and I like them too.
I kind of want to transition into our honorable mentions.
Okay.
Henry Winkler's in a couple Adam Sandler movies, and I didn't really realize it. Yeah. He was the coach in The Waterboy. He was in Little Nicky as well, which is on my honorable mention.
I'll say it's on my honorable mention, too.
Cover Henry Winkler in bees. Oh, man.
He was the dad in Click, or like Adam Sandler's dad in Click.
I wonder how that kind of relationship started between them.
It's probably a lot like Family Guy and Adam West. You just grow up and you're like, oh my god, I love this guy.
And you're just like, hey, you want to do this?
Right, and you get famous, and you're
Henry
like,
Winkler's never said no to anything. Before.
Henry Winkler's like, I'm up for whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, I've got Little Nicky on my honorable mention list, and it's just because I haven't seen it in so long. But it came out in 2000.
My face is like this because I got hit by it. My dad hit me in the face with a shovel.
My brother Cassius hit me in the face with a shovel.
It's that's like
Popeye's chicken is f***ing awesome.
The shiznaz.
Like, that's literally, whenever I go to Popeyes, that's
yeah.
I'll say it out loud, but internally throughout the meal, Popeye's chicken is f***ing awesome. I don't know what version you saw. I saw the adult version.
I saw.
I also haven't seen it in 20 years.
I've only ever seen it on TBS.
Well, that and the VHS tape from the Rockford Library.
Yeah.
I don't know if the library edits their movies, but everything I saw was Popeye's chicken was the shiznaz.
I think he also said that. But yeah, he's the son of the devil and an angel, and so he's kind of halfway in between and lives until he's like 18 and then goes up to Earth and then ends up getting his angel wings, spoiler alert, and all that good stuff. But it's just he spends the entire movie talking with just this crazy.
Oh my god! I'm Adam Sandler. Like I talk at work sometimes, like Adam, like, oh, I'm Adam Sandler. Oh, you're never going to touch me. Oh, and he just like that's his comedy. It's like I don't have to do anything funny. I just talk like this. Oh, I got a pickle for a mustache, but don't call me a pickle mustache. Like, I don't know what's funny about that, but it is.
That's Andy Milonakis. I got peas on my head. Don't call me a pea.
Right, but like it was like an old episode of Saturday Night Live
for Halloween. He's like, for some of the poor kids out there, I got a pickle for an arm. Most people got an arm for an arm, but I got a pickle. Now give me some candy. Like, okay, that's great. Thank you, Adam.
My other honorable mention is Howard Ratner from Uncut Gems, just because I hate the character so much, but Adam Sandler does a very good job as that character.
Yeah.
So, and it's like I said, it's Adam Sandler's by far his best performance in a movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Zach, what are your honorable mentions?
So I also have Little Nicky because I just absolutely loved that movie. It was it like I said with Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, they kind of came out when I was younger, and then Little Nicky came out when I was about like the target demographic of an Adam Sandler movie. So like it always just stuck with
just
me.
Enough brain damage to enjoy it.
Right. I also do have his character, John Klowsky from Spanglish, that these two are hating on, which is fine. I don't know. I just really enjoyed that movie.
The movie's terrible. His character isn't bad in it.
Right. I enjoyed the movie. But then my last honorable mention is Donnie Burger from That's My Boy.
That's funny.
I like that. I'm ashamed to admit that I like that movie.
I was saying, because that movie came out of
him in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Andy Samberg's the best.
Andy
part.
Samberg carries.
And I don't
that.
like Andy Samberg. Like I think he's horribly unfunny. But I like that movie.
Wow.
Rex Ryan's in that movie with a "Don't hurt my Bill Belichick" poster.
I love. Okay, spoiler alert. At the very end, when his fiance tells him, he's like, "You tell him, or I'm going to tell him." And so he tells Andy Samberg's character, he's like, "Oh well, that's not so bad. You didn't tell him." And so he tells him, and Andy Samberg, "What? What?" And so he just keeps saying, "What?" He's like, "You f*** your brother." Like, because they lead you to believe that he's not going to say what he just what.
Vanilla Ice.
You f*** your brother.
Vanilla Ice is in that movie.
Yeah.
It's great.
I just
Like they just got random people to be in that, to be in that movie.
Well, just that movie came out of kind of nowhere too, because Adam Sandler hadn't really been in anything in a while, and you're like, "Oh, holy cow, is Adam Sandler back?" And you're just like, "No," because then like he has all of his
Jack and Jill.
Right? He had all of his like Netflix movies, like The
Jack and Jill
Ridiculous
was
Six.
before that.
Was it? It was.
was it-
Well, he needed to make up for that,
Right. I was saying,
tell you.
but like you had The Ridiculous Six. The Do Over wasn't terrible, but it wasn't.
I've never
great.
seen any of his Netflix movies.
They're not.
I haven't seen The Ridiculous
They're
Six.
not that great.
I've
heard
never
bad
heard anybody.
things.
I've never heard anybody say you got to watch this Adam Sandler Netflix movie.
Now his 100% fresh special is pretty.
Oh, it's
good.
great. Yeah.
I say we were talking about that earlier. The phone wallet key song. I mean, every time I leave the house, phone wallet key. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for 15 years.
Oh yeah,
I
I
get
have,
the
I have
song
too. But like,
you get the triple.
I haven't heard the song.
right,
so.
but you hear the song, you're just like, I got
play
my
it for
phone
you.
wallet keys. Phone wallet keys.
There's only three things that I need, and it's my
Phone wallet keys. So yeah, that's my honorable mention.
Okay,
list.
my honorable mention list. I've got Longfellow Deeds, Mr.
Yep.
Deeds, because he handled becoming rich. I've got to feel
lot
like pretty
better than I would.
Well, I was going to say pretty close to how I would handle it. You're right, probably better.
I was going to
than
say a lot better than I would.
Well, a lot better than I would handle it.
I would have, if I became a millionaire or a billionaire overnight,
Right.
it would have all gone straight up my nose. Like, I have zero self-control, especially if someone gave me $1 billion.
It would
I
have
think
like
I would-
$40 billion.
I don't know.
I would
but
be
it was a
immediately
lot.
dead.
Don't think it would
But
be
he,
You would never see
but
me
he
again.
donates it all to the United Negro College Fund.
He does.
the guy who opens up the check has a heart attack.
So I like Mr. Deeds. I like how he, Longfellow Deeds treats all the
Fell out
servants,
of
and
Dr. Pepper's tree.
and then I got Sonny Koufax from Big Daddy,
Yeah.
where that's a really funny Adam Sandler
Yeah.
movie.
Yes, it is.
And who are the kids that grew up to be
Zach and
Yeah, say Zach,
Zach
Cody.
and- yeah, Zach and Cody.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Yeah, that's
Spruce,
it.
Whatever
yeah.
their last name is.
It's a great. I love that movie, and he's it's one of.
But I wipe my own. Damn you, Scuba Steve!
Scuba Steve says you gotta do your homework and take a bath.
And be nice to the delivery man. It's not his fault he can't.
But it's a penalty shot. It happens like once every 15 years. Kangaroo song, kangaroo song. All right. So I love Sonny Koufax.
what happened to that 5-year plan? Must be a 10-year plan. Is that the guy with the old balls?
But I had to explain why are they like smashing cans in the grocery?
Microsoft went down 5
points. Like it's so ridiculous. Like
I never knew what that meant as a kid, but I used to say it all the time.
right? And then you were like, why is he smashing cans if Microsoft went down 5 points? And
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
'cause he lost money in the stock market.
Because he's losing money. So I got Sonny Koufax.
Sonny says engaging in conversation is half the battle.
So that's my number 6. My number 1.
Mommy, help me. I told you, son. Mommy's dead.
Misa. My number 1, because I figured Don and I'll go first, and then we'll just endlessly ridicule Zach.
yours has to be Big Daddy.
It's not.
Okay.
I don't know what you're yanking out of here. My number one is Billy Madison.
My number one is Billy Madison.
As the only right answer.
Correct.
Should be. It is the best Adam Sandler comedy movie. I think Uncut Gems is the best Adam Sandler movie.
Correct.
But Billy Madison is... So that's what, 25 years ago now?
What did we decide, 95?
Yeah. It's 25 years ago.
Right.
And it is still hilarious. It is still fantastic. He's a great character. The whole premise is stupid and ridiculous.
Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ace. I know.
Believe
from
me, dude,
experience.
I know from experience. No,
I don't. But a friend of mine, him and her, got it on. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
But you can imagine
they did.
It's so funny.
O'Doyle rules.
The premise of the entire movie is so stupid because no public school is going to let this 30-year-old ne'er-do-well, which is the first time we've dropped a
That's
ne'er-do.
the first time a ne'er-do-well.
How often do they do well? Ne'er-do-well. Go back to school for 2 weeks
at a time. Is that just hyphenated? Never? Like you get rid of the V and put an
apostrophe.
Sorry, I said hyphenated.
Yeah, I know. I heard you.
You heard what I said, but you knew what I was saying.
Yes, ne'er-do-well.
Gotcha.
For 2 weeks at a time.
What does that save, not typing the V?
The V. Yeah.
Because you're still hitting that apostrophe.
Absolutely zero time.
Okay.
But the premise of the movie's dumb. Like, that's never going to happen. And I love it anyway.
He's going to be a soccer player. Eric's pregnant.
You got that Madison Family Hotels chain money. You can do whatever you want, man. Like his dad paid off his like third grade spelling bee judge, so he won the spelling bee, and he misspelled rock. R-O-K.
Yeah, and R-O-C-K.
Oh, see your son.
Billy, if you spell this correctly, you win the spelling bee.
C-O-R. Are you going to the mall later?
No, Billy, I'm not going to the mall. Please keep spelling. Cow.
So
U-C-H. That's correct. I am the smartest man alive.
So probably one of my favorite jokes from that movie, and it's one that I
not
use.
Good and not best jokes because you got it at number 5.
Shut up. Is when Veronica's in the tent with him, and she's like, "Well, Billy, you have the teacher all alone in your tent. What do you want to do?" 3 ideas come to mind.
I can think of 3 things. One involves a buffalo, live or stuffed, preferably stuffed for safety purposes. One involves a 9-iron and a bucket of ice chips. And the third one, we get rid of that 9-iron and bring in a pitching wedge.
and so all the time, if somebody's like, "Zach, any ideas?" 3 ideas come to mind.
One involves a buffalo, live or stuffed. Like, I want to know. If I ever got to meet Adam Sandler, I'd be like, "What are you going to do with that buffalo and Billy Madison? What are you doing with that? Why does it need to be live or stuffed? Like,
Preferably stuffed for safety reasons.
Preferably stuffed.
Like, I want to know why the pitching wedge is nice.
Why not a driver?
Right.
Like,
but literally, when somebody's like, "Zach, you got any ideas?" 3 ideas come to mind. And that is what I leave.
What are you going to do with that buffalo, man? And I don't know if he would have an answer for that. I don't think he's...
Probably not, but it makes a great joke.
I don't know. He's had 25 years to think about it. He might have
you would think he'd have an answer.
He probably had an answer back then, but he's killed those brain cells that used to have it.
Well, let's tweet Adam and see what he says.
Yeah, we'll send him a tweet and let him know.
All
right, so that's Don and I's number 1. Sorry, Don, I just like absolutely
yelled over my
hogged the number 1.
I mean that's fine. I didn't mess it up by saying the wrong movie to do with him.
My favorite character is Billy Madison from Happy Gilmore. Wait, what?
Thank you very much, Miss Lippy.
Oh yeah,
I work for the school. I sit behind the school, make sure he's driving.
Thank you very
okay.
much, Miss Lippy. Oh, that's a whole nother like. You got a dog. You got responsibilities. You can't just post posters for an hour and call it quits. You got to get off your ass and find that f***ing dog. Oh, it's so great. It's such a great.
At no point in your incoherent rambling was there anything close to a conscious thought.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
A simple no would have sufficed.
he handles losing graciously, and that's redeeming quality right there. You said that none of these guys had redeeming qualities. That's a redeeming.
The very
quality.
beginning. So you mentioned the quote that you say all the time, and sorry that we're still on Billy Madison.
fine.
But that's how great it is.
When we the very beginning of that movie, you say you have 3 ideas all the time. The one I always do is, what day is it?
October?
Nudie Magazine Day.
Nudie Magazine Day. It's too damn hot for a penguin to just be walking around. Like I said, I can quote that movie from start to finish. Almost every character's line.
Okay, so are we ready to bring the hate my way, or
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know who it could be.
Oh, yeah.
Like at this point, Mr. Deeds.
no? My number 1 is Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy. Because
I'll allow it.
who?
But you're 5 and 4.
Just this list was so hard to do because like from the get-go I was like, oh, this is great, he's great in this, he's great, and then I'm just like, I got 10 people here. I was like, I got to get it to 5 and I don't know how to do it. But Bobby Boucher was Adam Sandler kind of breaking out of his, well, I'm just going to do this funny voice for an hour and a half. And then
he did a funny voice.
Right, he did a different funny voice, but like he also...
Mama said they're so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
But like he made a character out of it. Like not just...
Stop looking at me, Schwan.
Right, like he made a character who had kind of a, all things considered, complex backstory of his dad leaving him before he was born, because his dad had 2 loves.
Roberto.
Big city
living in a voodoo temptress named Phyllis.
And so just the character development of Bobby Boucher, that he is obviously a few fries short of a Happy Meal. You know, his mom was his teacher growing up, and you know, what year did Ben Franklin invent electricity? Ben Franklin didn't invent no electricity. I invented electricity. Ben Franklin is the devil. And so, like, he has this deep misunderstanding of the world around him.
I was just, Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Then he called, and it's, I think it's like the Big Show.
Yeah, it's the Big Show.
How old are you? 20, 25.
How old are you, kid? 9, 10? 25, sir.
This guy's a loser. Sitting at home watching wrestling. There's no way, whatever it was, but it just crushes it.
Yeah, he kills him.
Yeah.
All right, so that's not so bad. I can accept Bobby Boucher at number 1.
Okay.
I can't, because that is... You'll hear about it.
Okay.
The reaction show is going to be a
upset.
good one. And reaction show is going to be a good one. So, and it's getting hot in this room. So
getting hot.
We're going to bring the heat.
I'm stroking out.
In the reaction show, you'll want to hear us cuss Zach out. So you got that to look forward to. Zach's on Twitter at Zach C. Wright.
Yep.
And send all your hate mail to him. Don is at Donnie_G.
Send my hate mail to Zach.
Right. So Kevin Follenkamp, it's at Zach C. Wright.
There you go.
ZACH. And I'm on Twitter at Garrett C. Wright. You can find the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Rankin Podcast. Listen on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, wherever it is you download your podcasts. Give us a 5-star review, like, share, tell your friends, however you can help us out. We certainly do appreciate it. Thanks for joining us for another episode, and we'll catch you next time on the Rankin Podcast.